All right, so Gavin Newsom is really playing the political game here. He is trying to emerge as the number one fighter of MAGA in the country, trying to launch himself into the favorite position for the 2028 Democratic primary. So let me tell you what he did now. This is in quotes. Tesla's exclusion from a new EV electric vehicle proposal could ignite a Game of Thrones style feud. This is clearly a political move against Tesla CEO and Trump ally Elon Musk, an analyst said of California's emerging EV incentive program. So, to give you the gist of what happened here, under the Inflation Reduction Act, which is the watered-down version of Build Back Better that actually got passed, okay? That has a lot of pretty good provisions in it, to be fair, but it's only about 20% of what Build Back Better was. Under that, there's a $7,500 tax credit for consumers to buy electric vehicles. And of course, the idea is, hey, we want to fight back against climate change. We'd like to make a total switch to electric vehicles. Let's start that process now. Here's a big tax credit for you to buy an electric vehicle as opposed to a gas vehicle. And that'll make it so a much higher percentage of the population is driving electric vehicles. And maybe some point down the road, everybody will be driving an electric vehicle and we don't have any more carbon emissions from cars. Okay? That's the idea. $7,500 tax credit. That's a pretty big tax credit, right? Now, if that's repealed under Trump, which is likely, if that's repealed, what Gavin Newsom is doing is he's saying, that's okay, we're going to step into the fray, and we're going to offer the tax credit for consumers to buy electric vehicles, right? So he's saying, if you get rid of it, I'm going to do it here anyway. So in other words, I'm going to defend the democratic gains that we made. We're a huge state. We have a lot of sway, a lot of power. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Everything's hunky-dory so far, right? But as part of this, Gavin Newsom comes out and says, we're going to have the $7,500 tax credit for all the electric cars except Teslas. In other words, hey, Elon Musk, you're a political hack. You're a far right winger. You've snuggled up to Trump. You've routinely and repeatedly spread misinformation and complete and utter bullshit on Democrats. You're a liar. You rigged Twitter, and now Nazi tweets are all over the fucking place. And I don't want to subsidize you. So I'm not going to. So every electric car but a Tesla is going to be able to get this tax credit, which would mean what? It would absolutely hurt the sales of Teslas because people are going to want that tax credit. They're going to want to save money. And it'll incentivize people to get electric vehicles, and it'll incentivize them to get non-Tesla electric vehicles. Now, people are, a lot of people on the right are freaking out about this and they're mad about it. Blow me. This is 100% fair. Let's flip the script. What if it was the opposite? What if it was a conservative Republican governor and it's a Democratic administration and George Soros is parading around with a Democratic president and shitting on Republicans left and right nonstop? The conservative Republican, of course, would be like, here, we're going to incentivize you purchase this product, but not the one made by George Soros. Why? Because fuck George Soros, because he's a liar and he smears us on a regular basis and we don't want to subsidize him. This is the thing I can't take, right? Elon Musk is one of the top recipients of subsidies from our government. One of the top recipients of subsidies. And Democrats are like, well, maybe if you're going to be a total political hack and marry yourself at the hip to one of the two major parties, namely not us, maybe us as Democrats don't want to subsidize you. Maybe because you're going to take whatever profit you make, you're going to take that and you're going to funnel it into the Republican Party and try to help them get elected and try to crush us. Why would we fund you for that? Why would we subsidize you for that? You're not this neutral, apolitical arbiter who's just trying to, do my thing over here and try to dot the I's and cross the T's and do my equations and get my answers and fix the country and do this thing with the satellite and do this thing with the rocket. And if you want to be non-political and apolitical, okay, you'll probably get subsidies from both Democrats and Republicans. But if you want to suck off Donald Trump on a regular basis, sorry, we're not going to subsidize you. Why would we subsidize somebody who is openly saying you're an enemy of us? You're against us, but you want to spit in our eye and then demand we give you money? Fuck out of here. That's some cucked shit, man. It doesn't get more cucked than that. So if you wanted to be apolitical, if you wanted to be neutral, okay, be neutral. Stop being, a far-right freak who's married at the hip to the Republican Party. That's not too much to ask. And like I said, flip the script. I guarantee if it was a Republican government and there's some outspoken left-wing billionaire, almost a contradiction in terms, by the way, they would make sure, no, they're not going to get any subsidies. They're not going to get any support from us because they're against us. So I like this. I like this move from Gavin Newsom. I like that he's actually standing up to these assholes and he's willing to fight back, right? I mean, that's one of the big problems, right, is that Democrats don't fight back. They lay on the ground in a chalk outline of themselves and let the Republicans define the terms, let the Republicans set the narrative, and they follow along like little sad puppy dogs afterwards. Well, finally, we got somebody that's fighting back. So good for him. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.